some magical staves, recorded in Iceland. I'm going to be looking at magical staves that were recorded, but also this is going to be a little bit of a review on the book Sorcerers Screed by the Icelandic Magic Company. It's a great book. Really recommend it for any of you who want to learn more. And I want to cover a little bit about this in the review too. I've recently got this book, and I've actually been hearing some not so great things being said about this book, comments and reviews online, and I think this book is amazing. So what people have been saying is that this book is mostly made up. It was written in the 1940s by a guy called Joachim Egertsson, and I've read some comments online and reviews of this of people saying, these staves are made up. They're not that old. It was made by some crazy guy who claimed to have a lost book called Gudkin, but nobody knows where it is, and people are just a little bit skeptical. But this is simply not true. I have been researching Icelandic magic for many, many years now, and the staves that you find in this book, Sorcerers Screed, are absolutely legit. When you look at some of the other magic books, like Huld or Kreddur manuscript or Galdarbok, you find that these symbols line up perfectly with these works that are much, much older. So the author, Joachim, absolutely did his research here, and most of the staves here line up perfectly with older historical sources, and we have no reason to believe that any of these were just made up in the 1940s. So they are all much older, and I'm going to show you some of them here. These are dream staves, staves that could be used for dreaming. So take a look at the first one. This one is called the Greater Dream Stave. You were supposed to carve this on some Norway spruce and sleep on it. And we find almost this exact same stave in the Huld manuscript. And you see right here. So the only thing it's missing is that little squiggly line, as you can see, and the stave is just upside down. But in the Huld manuscript, it says you could dream whatever you want if you did this exact same spell, exact same stave, basically. So on to the next one. This one is called the Lesser Dream Stave. This one was supposed to be carved on killer oak and also laid under the head, and then you would dream about whatever you wanted. So again here, we see the exact same stave in the Huld manuscript, just flipped upside down, but same instructions, same everything. But in the Huld manuscript, it says that you should put this stave under someone else's head when they sleep, and then they will dream about what you want them to. So if you want to control someone else's dreams, then put this under their bed and send them good thoughts, and I was supposed to control their dreams. Then we have a third one here. And this one was called the Greatest Dream Stave. And you could carve this on silver or white leather on Midsummer's Night, and you would dream whatever you wanted when the sun was at its lowest point. And whenever you slept on this, it wasn't just on Midsummer's Night, but you could carve it on Midsummer's Night, and then you could sleep on it any time in year and dream about whatever you wanted when the sun was at its lowest. So again, we find this exact same stave in the Huld manuscript, as you can see here. These staves are really, really interesting because they look very similar to some of the staves that Jon Andersen says are linked to some of the Old Norse gods, so like you can see here and in this photo. These are also very, very old and believed to have some link to the Norse gods. They're a little bit different, but it's possible that the staves here in the Greatest Dream Stave are linked to some other Norse gods that look like these pretty much. So you know what I like to do. I like to give my opinion on whether these staves or magical spells that I'm covering could be originally pagan, because that's the big question when we look at things like this, because they were written quite a bit after pagan times, after the official Christianization. So I would say that there's a good chance that these are pagan. Just because of this here, that these staves are they look very similar to ones that are associated with the Old Norse gods and goddesses. So also, in these staves that we've looked at today, there is no clear Christian or Kabbalah-like traits to these like we see in a lot of the other staves in Iceland. They also look like they could have multiple runes in them, so they could be a bind rune of some sort, definitely. So I would say a good chance that these are pagan. No way to know for sure, but I would say it's a pretty good chance. I'll give you one more before I finish the video. This sign was supposed to be carved on Ignite with a dogfish spine when the moon was 3 nights after the new moon. And then you put it under your head and you would dream about whatever you wanted. So we see a stave that looks very, very similar to this in Jon Arnarsson's Icelandic folktales and legends. And that's called Ginnir. But in that book he says he doesn't know what it was for. He doesn't know what it does. That's Stave Ginnir. So this could be what it's for. It could be exactly what Jon Arnarssson was looking for. So is this pagan originally? Well, we don't know for sure, but we know it's a lot older than the 1940s, and it definitely looks like some other pagan symbols from ancient times. Definitely could be some runes in here. Also looks like Agus Hjalmar or Bævisir or some signs that we know are a lot older. So that's about it for this video. I give Sorcerers Screed a 5 thumbs up. It's an amazing book, and I personally believe that all of it, even though we don't know where all of the staves in this book comes from, I think there's it's pretty definite chance that all of them come from legit magic books in Iceland because of what we see here, and I hope to cover a lot more of these in other videos and draw the link between the staves in the Sorcerer's Screed and draw the link to a lot older magical staves like that. So you can stay tuned. The next video will be coming soon. Vi ses nästa gång.